First and foremost, you want to make sure that the player has equipment that's especially made for them. So in terms of from irons, having a different length, making sure they have the right shaft flex, the right lie angle, and that can make a massive difference to their everyday performance. In our fairway woods, we've introduced rail technology again, so that's there to help with surf interaction. We have movable CG in our fairways as well. And then going into our drivers, we have 3 different CG settings, composite head and adjustable loft, so loads of technologies. In the driver, we also have a little bit of technology in the top of the grip, which is our Cobra Connect system, powered by Arcos, which allows you to track your drives and get your data after a round.
Hopefully consistency through the set. I think I mentioned to some people before, I've been custom fitted for 1 or 2 clubs, but not a full set before. The longer irons are a problem. They've been a problem for a number of years, in so much as I've actually ditched them and gone to utility clubs. So I'm really hoping that we can find a solution today to the sort of 6, 5 and 4 clubs. Also, I've noticed through a game golf app that I've been working on the last year or so that my game within 125 yards needs to sharpen up. Yeah, my driver's 5 or 6 years old, so obviously I'm behind technology right now. I'm hoping that the guys can sort of fit me up for a club that puts a little bit of shape on the ball. I've got a little tendency to have a sort of fade, which is losing me a little bit of distance. I'd like to straighten that up if I can through technology as much as through coaching.
So with the irons Mark currently had, he had quite a bladed iron, quite a heavy shaft, and he felt that he lost a bit of control and didn't get much feedback from the shaft. So we put him into a head that was slightly more forgiving, and with a shaft that was certainly much lighter, which meant instantly he got a lot more distance and a lot more feel from the club. And as I say, he got a carry gain of 13 yards versus his own current set, so it was a big improvement for him.
The difference immediately was another 8 to 10 miles an hour ball speed and about 14 yards difference in carry, which is an amazing stat.
The club we actually fitted him for was the King Forged Tech Iron. That was in the standard length and 1 degree flat. So then Mark currently had 2 hybrids, but both of them, from looking at the numbers on the TrackMan, did a pretty similar job and there wasn't enough difference between them. So we replaced those 2 clubs with 1 hybrid, which fitted the gap perfectly. Mark usually carried a 4-iron, but we dropped the 4-iron from his bag. So he had a hybrid in there, which was the King F7 hybrid with a hazardous shaft in stiff.
We've just played around with some hybrids there and a couple of fairway woods with 3 or 4 different shafts, and the ball speed picks up, spins down a wee bit, but the ball flight was just staggering, absolutely beautiful.
We then moved into a fairway wood where we got him into a 15.5 degree King F7 fairway with a stock standard stiff shaft, which gave him the best results, a nice high flight that he wanted. So with the King F7 fairway wood, Mark was getting around 235 yards of total distance, around 220 yards of that is the carry number. Mark's own driver, he felt he always leaked a little bit right. So what we did with our King F7 driver, and I moved our 12 gram weight into the heel setting, which will encourage a little bit of draw bias on the shot.
We got a little shape going on it, we got a little right to left, which again I said at the beginning of the day I was after. And again, I didn't need to swing the club any faster. I got 3 miles an hour faster without actually needing to do anything.
Yes, then we went down into our King wedge. Mark's irons will carry a pitching wedge and a gap wedge. So then it was a case of seeing what he wanted to do in terms of that lower end of the bag. So he currently carries 3 wedges, and his chipping is one of his strengths of his game. So we gave him a 52, a 56 and a 60 degree wedge in our versatile offering of the King wedge. So he plays a lot of links golf, so he felt like he didn't want anything with too much bounce. So our versatile wedge is sort of our middle wedge. We have one that has a lot lower bounce in a wide low variety, but the versatile wedge was the one that performed best for him.
It's been an amazing day. Having not hit Cobra clubs before, to see the quality on show here. Obviously I've seen 3 or 4 types of club, iron, wedge, utility club. The quality is top class, I have to say, and I've been very impressed by the fitting process.